Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Mary Jo. Thank you for everyone who's been subscribing and liking, and if you haven't, please do so by hitting the like button under each video and the subscribe button. This way you'll get the notification of when my videos are up. Now this is our Sagittarius solar return for 2017 to 2018. I do have all of this year's returns up, so you could always go back and look at them because they do cover the whole 12 months between 2017 and 18. So what I've been doing this whole year is showing everyone their sign centricity in the tarot. So let's say you have Sagittarius sun, moon, ascendant, north node, or maybe you have a lot of planets in Sagittarius, like a stellium. So you are considered centric to that sign, Sagittarian centric. So this reading might be good for you, and if not, you could always look at the other readings that do reflect your sun, moon, ascendant, north node, or you have a lot of planets in. Okay, so I'm using my Gilded Tarot deck all year to show you what cards represent you in the tarot. Now each of the signs have one of the court cards represent them, two of the major arcana, usually the sign and the planet, and three cards that represent the decanates, the 10 days, each in the sign. So you 10, 20, 30 days. And that would be the decanates. So to start out with, the card for Sagittarius and the court card is the Knight of Wands. Now we know that the Knights take up the cards for the King and the Queen. They are of action. It's like a journey energy. And the Knights imbue the fiery, passionate energy of the element of fire. And this Knight of Wands is fire. So this is someone who's got a very driven sense, a lot of masculine energy, generating a lot of ideas, thoughts, beliefs, putting things into play, taking action in their life or adventure. That's very Sagittarian. Looking to grow and learn, and it also does represent spirituality. Now for our major arcana, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. It's the planet of higher learning, expansion and growth, higher philosophies, our idealism, okay? And it's the number 10, which when reduced is a 1 vibration. We are in a 1 vibration this year. I don't know what your personal year is. That's up to the individual. But 10's new beginnings, and with the Wheel of Fortune, it represents our luck changing maybe. That's very Jupiterian, right? Luck. But expansion, growth. Things will be changing depending on the position, but this in an upright position would be that the cycle is ended and a new cycle begins. Now we also have Temperance as the other major arcana for our Sagittarians. Temperance talks about cleansing and reorganizing an energy. You know, like clearing it, blending it, healing it, you know, because with Temperance, it is about taking opposites and what seems impossible, making them work together, okay? Temperance is a card of healing as well, as I said, but it is about different elements being brought together and merged, kind of like an alchemical process. Now for the decanates, we have the 8 of Wands, which represent the first 10 days in the cycle. And let me see. So the first 10 days would be, now this year it's November 21st when the sun moves into Sag, but it could be the 21st or 22nd of November through December 21st or 22nd. So our first 10 days would be the 8 of Wands. Now the 8 of Wands would represent, for many of the Sagittarians in that first 10 days, your keyword is honesty. And your constellation is, I gotta say this word right because, excuse me, I'm usually good at this. Ophiuchus, the serpent holder, who as a child vanquished his serpent enemies. Ophiuchus symbolizes victory over adversity. And even though your planet that rules you is Jupiter, your sub-ruler is also Jupiter. Now I did have here, excuse me, I'm still getting over this bronchitis. I had it all written down because you can't take this stuff, well, I can't take it all to memory. But with this card, the Eight of Wands, let's see, would represent November 23rd to December 2nd, Mercury in Sagittarius. Here, this card for the next 10 days is the Nine of Wands. Now, this would represent the moon in Sagittarius, December 3rd through the 12th. And with this card here, your keyword is drive. Your constellation is Sagitta, the arrow that killed the eagle who fed upon Prometheus. If you know your Greek mythology, poor Prometheus, what he went through for giving fire to man. But anyway, the arrow symbolizes the destruction of evil in its path. Now, your sub-ruler is Mars, even though Jupiter is your ruling planet. And we know the Wands energy is about fire and inspiration, passion. It is about spirituality as well as your drive, ideas being put into play. Our third decan is the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is Saturn in Sagittarius, December 13th through the 21st. Now, that's kind of like a dichotomy, Saturn and Sag. And Saturn is in Sagittarius. Actually, it's been in there for, well, until December 19th, and it moves in Capricorn. So some people are having their Saturn return, either first, second, or third with Saturn and Sagittarius. Saturn is about maturation and solidifying things. It's more form, reform, government, restrictions. Whereas Sag is ruled by Jupiter, which is so freeing and adventuresome and higher ideals. So that right there is an inner struggle that people will face. But the card itself, the keyword is intuition. And the constellation is Ara, the altar of Dionysus, like Bacchus. The Christian astronomers called it the altar of Noah. Ara symbolizes unity and triumph, and the sub-ruler is the sun. So Jupiter is your ruler, and the sun would be your sub-ruler in that. So there's a lot of beautiful energy, but it's very ego-driven. So we know now with our Sagittarians that you are a masculine, mutable fire sign. Masculine meaning you're more of a generator. You like to be a go-getter. You like to get things done. Whereas a feminine energy is reflective and receptive. The masculine energies are usually very high energy or driven to do things. Mutable means that you're changeable. You might be a flip-flop. If anyone knows any Sagittarians or like their counterpart in the polarity Geminis, you know, they vacillate back and forth, back and forth. They really think things through, you know, because that's the mind. The Gemini is the human mind. The Sagittarian is supposed to be the more ethereal mind. So they vacillate and they're mutable. But also because it's a mutable sign, it means it welcomes in one season as it ends another. So it does. It closes out autumn or fall and brings in winter in the northern hemisphere and opposite in the southern hemisphere with spring and summer. Okay? And also, it's a very generous, freedom-loving sign, and it seeks challenges and is open to new ideas and exploration. Okay, we said your ruling planet is Jupiter. Okay, the symbol is the archer, and it represents directness, high aims, and a love of the outdoors, activities, and the chase. Now, this might not be synonymous with everyone, because not everybody is that truly Sagittarian energy or evolved. So you have the light side and the shadow side. With the glyph is the arrow, okay? It's like a pointed arrow of the archer. It's a picture of the human leg from the thigh to the knee, and that's the part of the anatomy that Sagittarians rule. Okay, so that's the part of your body that you govern, and you might have more problems with, the hips and thighs. You know, the centaur that they show as the archer, he has big hips and thighs, you know? But that could be the part of your body that is more easily concerned with wounds and injuries, and it might even stress into that hip area and lower lumbar like sciatica. Your keyword is I see. That is the Sagittarian motto. Okay, you also would rule the liver, if I didn't say that too. You need a lot of exercise outdoors to keep healthy, okay? Be careful not to be sedentary and overuse alcohol, okay, or any drugs, okay, because we want to keep that Jupiterian mind in Sagittarius open to higher philosophies, but without overindulging in mind-altering things. Okay, and let's see if there was anything else that I wanted to let you know. Well, basically, too, with people in Sagittarius, you know, like I said, Gemini is your opposite, your polar opposite, where Gemini is the human mind. They assimilate information. Sagittarian is supposed to be the higher mind that shares that information with the world. And also you like to educate yourself with other ethnicities, other cultures, you know, being very open and optimistic. You want to learn about other places to really expand your horizons. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. If you have any questions, you could put it below, and I'd be happy to answer that. But let's get on with your reading, and I just have to shift everything over, and hopefully I don't knock anything down. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're going to start off. Each card is going to represent 2 months of the year for each and every one of us that are Sagittarian-centric people. Wow, what a nice card to start with. We have the 10 of Cups. Excuse me. Now, the 10 of Cups is, again, with that one vibration, something new beginning, a new cycle. So for many of you, a new cycle will be beginning right out of the gate of your solar return, which is kind of nice. And this is a fulfillment. Something has come to a culmination and ending and closing out in your life, and you're starting something new. But emotionally, you're feeling like it's the apex. You're feeling very good about it. It is like emotionally satisfying for you in everything in your life. Every phase of your life, you're feeling joyous. So if it's your health or wealth, money, this is truly a time of great celebration for you. This card does represent all of the elements, though. So it's, like I said, money, health, wealth, everything in your life. You're going to be entering a period of happiness and joy. Let's see, what else? Well, for some of you, it could be you're getting a new home or moving or changing your apartment or getting a new condominium. Maybe you've outgrown the space you had. You're not very Jupiterian. You've outgrown it. And you're looking to see to find a newer place. Maybe a lot of you will be leaving the area that you're in and move into a more suburban or rural or country type of setting. You know, the home on the range. But you're feeling a renewed sense of self, joy, liberation here. Maybe you're expanding on your family. Maybe you're adopting, having more children. Maybe you have family moving in with you, okay? But it will definitely be a happy time and joyous time. And at this period of time, I told you Sagittarius, and Saturn is in Sag, it will be moving December 19th into Capricorn. So it's going to change the whole energy again with that polarity that we have. Restrictions and growth, a lot to learn there. Before you can expand on anything in your life, you have to put in the work. Whether it's physical work, mental work, spiritual work, the sitting and the thinking, the gratitude, that's the work that's going to be necessary. But it's going to be a very pleasant 2 months there for you. And also we do have, the Hierophant. That card always just like, ugh, I don't know, gets to me. It's a major arcana. That 5 energy is a lot of uncertainty. You know, what's real, what isn't. You know, with Neptune going direct, it slows down and becomes exalted. And it's in Pisces, which is the sign it rules. So there could be a lot of clearing going on. A lot of nervous energy. And we love our Sagittarius, but they can't make up their mind all the time. If you're saying to me, Mary Jo, that's not me, well, you might have a different kind of Sagittarian placement or some other structure in your chart that would say you're a decisive person, and good for you. But in this general reading, this represents structures that we have been taught growing up, belief systems, ideals and ideologies and theologies. Though we love and respect the tradition of them or not, we want to expand on ourselves, break out on our own. So sometimes we have to look at this as someone being stubborn with you. Are they forcing this down your throat? Telling you, well, you know, in order to have this, you have to do that. And you shouldn't go buy out there because you'll be in the middle of nowhere. Don't leave that job. You got a great pension. Someone's being stubborn with you and living in the old regime. And you want to just gently dispel that and not get caught up in that 5 energy of negativity. Looking at what's going on in your life right now. Reflecting on the past and how it got you to here. And focusing on right now, because this way you stabilize and ground and balance yourself before you go into the future and the next thing. So be calm. Don't panic. you know, whatever society's expectations on you is their own. And it doesn't matter. It's not your business what they're thinking and what they expect of you. Only work on yourself. And that's very Sagittarian, because you don't like authority. You don't like people force feeding you something, anything, especially if you don't believe it. So be careful with these people that are forcing situations on you, or you in a low vibration being stubborn and forcing your situation on someone. You know, you don't want to dive into that. So whatever this is, you'll know how to resolve this, okay? It might not be very easy or quick, but it's doable. So give it the time it's going to take over this 2-month period if something does happen that sounds like an old regime is trying to tell you what to do. Maybe it's a parent, a CEO, you know, something that you're doing with your friends that they just won't grow with you and you've outgrown them, and they're trying to force you to stay in the same cycle of your life, and you've outgrown that cycle and you don't want anything to do with it anymore. Okay, so that's what we're looking at with those 2 months. Now this period also might go out for some of you, even though we're starting this now, this energy, it could go out. Like I said, some of these cards represent 3 weeks to 3 months in this kind of a reading, even though it's representing every 2 months. So this card, for some of you, this might not come out to play till March 11th to the 20th for some of you. All right, it might not be right away. It's like the energy is starting with momentum. Okay, Neptune is going to go direct, so that energy is moving, and then that Sagittarian energy with Saturn is going to be moving into Capricorn, so it could go out that far for you. And like I said, this could be overlapping here for some of you, so it doesn't resonate with you what these people are trying to tell you. You want your own ideas and ideologies and growth. And then we have with the next 2 months, Two of Cups is a really lovely card to have. Okay, this card is Venus in Cancer. Now that's a beautiful placement. Venus loves to be in these watery, dreamy signs. Cancer is about nurturing, loving, caring, your foundation, your roots, the home, like that mother energy. It is our ancestral roots. So for some of you, with this Two of Cups energy, it could be about meeting someone and falling in love, or enriching a relationship. Maybe you had met someone and didn't do anything about it for a relationship, or if it was about adopting a baby or getting pregnant or buying that house or moving out to the country or moving into the city, or whatever it is that you're doing, as this is a general reading. The two is a duality to this, but it's being embraced as a coupling here. So whatever this is, it looks like it's an even exchange. I like this because it's a giving and receiving, not that one gave and the other took. This is a nice interplay. It starts out very friendly, very amicable, okay? Very generous feeling. And emotionally, you're feeling blessed here. You're really feeling like you're joined with this person, place, or thing in a beautiful way. Now, Venus is your self-esteem, your value system, the possessions you have that you take through life with you. You know, how you feel about yourself, but Venusian energy does talk about lovely things, beautiful things, textiles, fragrance, music, okay, anything in the earthly realm. So with this card, it really feels like it's going to be a nice expansion for you. So you figure the first 2 months, you have some blessings coming. The next 2 months after that, the energy is talking about maybe some confusion or some resistance or rigidity. But again, this could go out to March here. March, April, May. So this card, for some of you, might go to June 21st to July 1st before you feel this energy starting to enter your life, come to culmination, you know what I'm saying? Because everyone is going to be affected differently by this, but it is going to be a nice interplay of energies here. Let me see what else we have. You know, something is being offered, and it could be love. It could be a friendship that you started out with that develops into something else. You know, because we have this yellow energy is very empowering here. This white gown and the blue. So there's a lot of knowledge here and purity. Something new is starting, a new friendship, a new love life, a new relationship with a person, place, or thing. But you've grown with this blue, the knowledge from the past, you're carrying with you and protecting yourself. So you're cloaked in it for this new beginning. Not to make that same mistake again, or maybe make the wrong judgments, or this thing that was delayed, or whatever it is that you were working on that you had to work through is doable. And in the time that it took to do it, you do feel empowered from it and you've grown from it. So far, very nice cards. All this cup energy, I'm surprised for this fiery sign. Excuse me, again, I'm still getting off this bronchitis. Holy mackerel. Nice, we have the 9 of Cups. Look at this, 9 and 10 of Cups. I mean, so here this was a new beginning, all right? Things had come to fruition. Now here with the 9 of Cups, you're setting new sights, new dreams, new desires, new wants. You know, all the cups above you, you're creating in your mind's eye as above, so below. You know, you want to bring it into form. So the 9 is something ending here. So a cycle that you're saying, okay, I'm done with this. I'm finished with the old ways. I've got a lot of knowledge here around me. Now here I have this kind of gray and white. Again, that's very mutable colors for me, and that's very much Sagittarian. So maybe you're vacillating. Well, what do I want? All of these cups are at the offering, all these wishes, and you're really trying to ground yourself. See the red on your head? You're really trying to ground yourself and be firm and decisive here, planting your feet on the ground. What is it that I'm done with so that I can allow other things to come into my life? What am I outgrown or looking to expand on to bring form into my life? Now, this card itself is Sagittarius and Pisces, so it's beautiful because Piscean is that dreamy energy. You're dreaming about the future. You're fantasizing. You're idealizing. And with Sagittarius, it is about freedom. It's about adventure. Your idealism in every way in a broader scale. This is about you're really reaching out beyond your comfort zone. You've grown a lot. You've learned a lot. You've got a lot of decisions to make with this mutable energy, this gray here and white, and the stripes next to each other, you know, like it's either white or gray, you know, it's this or that, that flip-flopping. But you've really got to stay grounded and make up your mind because you're looking for a lot of new things. Now be careful with that energy with Neptune and Sag in this card because Neptune can also present our already higher, open, crazy-minded Sagittarian, like they want the world now, energy. I want to be careful that it's doable and realistic. Yes, I would never tell you not to dream big and go for the gold. But don't set yourself up for disappointment. Let's use that higher mind of yours and bring it to ground a little bit so you're not always out in the clouds and focus on, let's be realistic with my goals. Yes, this is what I'd love to have, but let me focus on what I can achieve right now and grow from there. So this is a nice period for you of expansion and growth and cleaning out house, it feels like. You're getting rid of things here. So you figure this is our November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. But like I said, for everyone it might be different. With this 9 of Cups, this could even be something for some of us happening in March, okay, that starts to change and might not show itself till 3 months later. You know, like I say, 3 weeks to 3 months. I know it sounds a little confusing, but believe me, the cards don't always talk about immediately now. For everyone in a general reading, there's so many people watching. But just giving you a little bit of a broad scale there so that there's some ideas of when this could start the energy, when this could present itself, and when it could culminate. Okay? All right, okay. All right, we have a court card. Now this is King of Swords. So the kings are ideas, and they're of the mental realm, the logical mind. And the King of Swords is all about the mental realm. This is our Libran. This is our, you know, our airy, lofty thinking Geminis. Yeah, it could be someone coming into your life that has this energy. Okay, I'm just trying to... For some of you, it's going to be someone who's very on the low vibration, kind of like bullying, like it's my way or the highway. We're going to do it like this. This is what I'm saying. I laid down the law. This is like, you know, a judge and jury. It is like a lawyer. It's someone who's like been in the military, ex-military, or someone who's got that lifestyle, like checks and balances, like a CPA, or even someone who's in the medical field, like a, you know, has to make quick decisions based on fact, you know, and not on emotions. They're very clean cut and logical, you know, like even those EMS guys, they're out, well, women, they're out there and they have to make a quick call based on their training and not be emotional. So for some of you, if this isn't you, this is that energy of someone coming into your life. And that's very difficult for a Sagittarian to deal with somebody like this, because you're usually very free-spirited and adventurous, and you like to do things your own way. And you definitely rebuke any authority figures, okay? So on the lower vibration, this person is coming to present themselves to you, and they're saying, for whatever it's worth, this Aquarian, Gemini, or Libran-oriented centric person could be the stubborn person we're talking about here. So they're in your life, male or female. If it's not you, there's some growth to be made there. But on the higher vibration, if this person represents growth for you in a higher vibration, in the lighter side, this person is going to help you with a situation that maybe you're vacillating with here, that you couldn't make your decision on. They're going to come in like with that sort of swift and just, and like I said, logical, intelligent mind. Instead of using their heart in the matter, they're going to have the ideas that they feel are best for you to help you with this situation. You know, they do have a lot of knowledge. They're somewhat intuitive, but they're very focused and driven. You can see the expression on their face. They're like apathetic. There's no expression, like somebody who's had a lot of Botox, you know? They don't express it because they're always in their mental realm. To me, it really feels like a very Libran type of person, even though they vacillate. But you know, they appear cold and icy. They're not, but they're just always calculating. The Gemini, which is your counterpart, is so much like you, mutable. They might not be the best person to go to. The Aquarian energy is that higher, broader mind too, ingenious mind. But sometimes in the lower vibration, the Aquarian is like they live up to their I know words and idealism, that they think they know everything. So I really feel like this is more of a Libran energy, someone who's balanced, has harmonic balance. And even if it's the person that's on the lower vibration of the Libran, that they're a little bit forceful or bullying or cold, it is a growth potential for you to clear the air, for you to grow. You know, there's very much see this butterfly between the crescent moons? There's a lot of transmutation going on here. So you're going from that cocoon, from the caterpillar, into the stage of the butterfly. But to do that, you have to go through from pain and growth and struggle. And you see the crescent moons on either side. So there is some wisdom to be learned and gained there. So it's going to be like maybe a 28-day cycle here. So through a phase of a moon, that you will be transforming here through this energy that this person is entering your life, or the energy you're going to take on. Be careful of that. If this is you, one way or another, you want to mature, embrace the darker side of the situation, mature it, so that what am I learning from this? What am I getting out of this? How can I grow with it? And then we end up with this Queen of Wands, which is very much our Sagittarian energy. It's a fire sign, and actually it's our only fire here, you know. So this is definitely our Sagittarius, or your sister sign, brother sign of Aries, or even Leo. Now this energy, this person, being the queen, she has taken the ideas that the king has given her, and she's breathed life into them. Now, this energy is going to take you more into an intuitive realm. This is more about you breathing life into something. You're being driven with the ideas here, and the fire and the passion and the drive. You're feeling very empowered. You're staking claim. See, you've made your mind up. You've made a decision, okay? The wand is planted firm, like on a solid foundation. It looks like the pyramids of Giza behind her too. So a lot of wisdom, maybe otherworldly wisdom coming to you from spirit, from the guides, from the angels, from whatever you call your higher self. This ancient symbology here too, and we do have that Leo energy of the lion. So this is the heart of the matter. This is generosity. This is your pride in how you shine. And we do have the Leo North Node transit going on with the Aquarius South Node. For a lot of you, this will be about your time to shine has come. Before the end of your solar return by next year, 2018, many of you are going to feel more empowered, but there's a cleansing here with this beautiful white cape over your shoulders. You're cloaked in a purged energy, a renewed energy. we do have our beautiful spiritual sunflower, which does represent life and our cycles of life. For 1 year, 365 days, the 12 months, 7 weeks, days in the week, they're all represented in that flower if you ever look up that energy. But you look like, see, we're here, this person's energy is very determined, facing forward, no energy expressed. You feel very content, but you're looking out to something else. You're ready to start your new year. You're ready to embrace it. You've got all the ideas, but you've got the energy now. Spirit is with you. This could be a little kitty cat, could be somebody's familiar. It represents too the outdoors, and nature is one with you, and you are one with nature. Here with the flower, here with the kitty cat, and being in the outdoors. You're ready and determined to take on the new year, but you feel wiser from it. And you're going to be multitasking, because she does multitask. Now this could be male, female. This is the energy of doing like 4 or 5 things at one time. And even if you mess up a little bit, no one's going to condemn you for it, because they see all the energy you're putting into everything and how determined you are, that they can't be upset with you, because they know that you have so much fire and you breathe so much life into everything you touch, whatever it is that you're creating. Whether you're culminating that house you started to buy, that family, the new relationship, your health, the new job, finished schooling, got your degree, your vocation, your certificate, whatever this is a year of definitely you starting something very different that you're feeling emotionally charged by. And by the end of the year, not only emotionally are you grounded and stable, and mentally in a place of making clear, clean-cut decisions, you have a lot more energy than when you started the year. And you're ready to go forward in a very, like I said, passionate way, determined way, and you're feeling renewed again, like it's a whole new life. So something is breathing new life into you through this whole experience. So look at any of the things that were the bumps or hiccups as the growth patterns. Now, you could listen to Spirit and do whatever you want. You have free will and you have free won't. You can embrace what's happening in the growth, or you can reject it, and then you'll have to repeat that lesson again in your life, plus all the other mishigas that you have to deal with. So when these hiccups happen, trials, tribulations, or growth edges, look at them and ask, what am I here to learn from this? And being a Sagittarian, you always want to evolve to the highest form. Avoid the stubbornness, avoid the resistance if you can. In your shadow side, you cut your nose to spite your face. You don't want to be spiteful and vengeant. That's that lower vibration. You always want to aim for the truth, and even if the truth is painful or hurts you sometimes, take a deep breath 2 or 3 times. Look at it as, this is going to help me be the best that I can be, and embrace it for what it is. If you want to grow and ascend, we always want to grow to the highest level before we leave this place. And being a Sagittarian, that is your goal this lifetime. Transcend and transmute old energies. Okay, higher vibrations is what you're seeking. And this card could represent highest vibrations for you by the end of the year. Well, thank you, Spirit, for this wonderful reading. I do wish you a happy solar return, Sagittarius, and happy birthday, Sagittarius. I hope this does help you, and if you have any questions, just put them in the comments or email me. My email addresses and everything with Instagram and how you can get in touch with me, even on Facebook, is listed below. Thank you again so much, and as always, I wish you the best.